Today on the Auburn Torch, we're talking some Auburn tennis and continuing the march to the gymnastics season opener this Friday. Let's get into it. Hey man, we ain't dead yet. We made it to day 2, baby. Day 2 of the Auburn Torch. Quicker episode today. Let's try a little bit of quicker format. First thing I want to do is look at the Auburn All Sports calendar. I want to make my own version of this. That's a little bit easier to see on screen and on video, but I didn't have time today. So tonight, January 6th, big Auburn men's basketball game, trying to bounce back. Check out the Auburn Observer for that. And then on Thursday, women's basketball is trying to bounce back too, on the road. And then Friday, the big gymnastics meet, the season opener. We're kind of counting down the days of that one. We'll be talking plenty more about it. Track is at an indoor at UAB. And then all weekend men's and women's tennis, both host Bellarmine in a few dual matches this weekend. And speaking of tennis, I do want to talk about the new story up on AuburnTorch.com. Ava Esposito, a junior at Auburn, went on an incredible run in the fall, and this story details all of that. It'll teach you all about it, and I want to kind of show you some technical stuff too. Essentially, Ava, she had kind of a rough first couple of seasons at Auburn. Not that she was playing poorly or doing anything wrong, but she was in and out of the lineup as a freshman. A lot of turmoil with a coaching change and everything that went down with that. But then last year, linked up with new coach Jordan Sabo, and I want to tell you a little bit about some of the things they did strategy-wise. That's really what I want to talk about here. And then last fall, had a huge breakthrough run at sectionals and in nationals. And this story will tell you all about it, man. Check it out, AuburnTorch.com, $4 a month. You'll see that the tennis kind of calendar recently changed. So the NCAA basically, this is very dumbed down, but basically you do your singles national championship in the fall, and then you do your team national championship in the spring. So they're trying to make this new calendar work. So anyway, huge run in November at sectional. Kind of came out of nowhere, or really did. I think it's a great story, great underdog story. Her story is great. My story is hopefully a good retelling of her story. Her story is great, and I really appreciate her telling it to me and talking about it. I want to highlight one thing from the story, really. I just Coach Jordan Sabo. Some of this is behind the paywall, but that's okay. I got this diagram in here, right? Shout out to Josh Dove again yesterday, who said you will learn something. That's part of this point, is you're learning something about these kids, but I'm also trying to just show you something to look for in a game or in a match. And so Ava, when I meet her and I'm talking to her, when we get up and leave, first thing I notice is or think about when I'm leaving is she's taller than you would think, right? She's listed at 5'11". She's kind of got the frame that she looks even taller. And she, in addition to that, Sabo was telling me she has a very Western grip, okay? Which, let's get into it. Let's get into the technical stuff, right? It's where she holds the racket really low. In part, that's part of what Western grip is about. And I wish I could show you on my tennis racket back there, but I'm not knowledgeable enough, I'd butcher it. So, and I'm not good at tennis. Let's see. Where's a good example? This looked like one. Yeah, this illustrates it right here. She's tall and has a Western grip here on the right, which is lower on the racket, so she can leverage it even more. So in that way, she's even a little bit, her wingspan's even a little bit longer in a way, and you kind of way you're explaining it, and so you have a little more, even more leverage on your forehand. And then this is the key to it. Ava is also a southpaw. Ava is also left-handed. And here you go. Here she is, kind of rocking that low grip. See it? So I have this diagram in here because this is something Sabo was telling me. It was one of the things that they worked on because, when Sabo saw her, he only saw her one time before he came into Auburn. And this is all in the article. He only saw her one time, but saw there's a lot of raw potential there because she's tall, southpaw and left-handed, and she could really cause some problems for some people. And one of the things he wanted her to do more now is, instead of, so you look at this diagram, right? Instead of maybe trying to go up the line to create a winner, like a winning situation, more often he wanted her to go cross court with her forehand, and he even said no matter where she is on the court. Basically, in a tennis rally, right, you will see, and I found a random example on YouTube, right? You will see, like, going back and forth cross court as a pattern happens a lot, because it's just easier to send the ball back to where it came from, right? So if this guy turned it and set it down the line, that'd be a really impressive shot, and it'd be a low percentage shot, right? So it's easier to send it diagonally if it comes diagonally, right? The thing is, Sabo wanted Ava to do more of that because she is left-handed. So her forehand, when she is going cross court, she is, most players she plays are right-handed. They're backhanding back instead of forehanding back. So like this example I just showed you is two righties just forehanding back and forth, right? But when you flip that, when you have a left-hander, one of them she can force the other player, usually if they're right-handed, most times, into a backhand. And typically, again, not a tennis expert, typically forehand strong, backhand is control, right? So she can leverage, the longer this rally goes on like this, she is leveraging more velocity on her shots compared to their shots. And they talk about her being an aggressive player, but also learning to be more patient. And I think what they mean is, instead of, you got this shot coming into you, instead of trying to go to a gap and win the point right away, the patience and confidence, and it took her until being a junior to get this confidence, is to go back into the girl, go back into her, be confident, like, okay, she's going to get this one, but I'm going to inch her back, and then I'm going to inch her back again, and then I'm going to inch her back again, and then it opens up the court, right? All to say, all this is in the story. I hope you check it out. I wanted to describe it. I also wanted a shorter episode today. So, check it out. $4 a month. Get you behind the paywall. Get in here. Get you a login. I really think you'll like it. And like I said, I do think you'll learn something. And I think you'll learn a little bit about a new Auburn athlete story, and you'll have a new, hopefully, a new favorite Auburn athlete to kind of follow. Let's keep it short today. If you are a torchbearer and you haven't sent me your address, if you have, mailing out some of the Auburn gymnastics pocket schedules today. If you haven't sent, will it ever focus? There we go. Hey, if you're torchbearer, I'm going to mail you some for free. No additional cost, right? And if you should have gotten an email with a little Google form to give me your address, because Substack doesn't automatically give me your address. If you're a torchbearer and you haven't done that yet, check your email. If you're not seeing it, let me know. But I do have a few that are going to get several that are getting sent out today, and it's not too late. If you're torchbearer, if you want one, follow the instructions on that email. Just to shoot me your mailing address, and we'll send it to you. Hey man, that's about it for today. We're gonna call it short. I just appreciate everyone's help getting this thing off the ground. Again, daily episodes, maybe a little more like this, maybe morning updates that are a little bit quicker. Is kind of my idea, 10 to 15 minutes. We'll try that out, and if we like something better, we'll switch to that. But yeah, man, we're still in the early stages. Still loving everyone's feedback and anyone's help, man. I replied to someone today. He said he was going to torch bear, after he got paid, and I'm like, man, take your time, man, bro. But like, there's more ways to support than subscribing. Subscribing's the big one, obviously. It's gonna be 3 yards in a cloud of dust to get this thing to where it's really viable and sustainable long term. But a lot of different ways to help out. I'm trying to get a little Instagram and a TikTok off the ground, and it's hard, right? It's tough, but anything you do to help the algorithm and any expertise you guys have, like I said last week, if you're a music person, you want to contribute. If you're a social media manager and you want to not to manage the social media, but if you have any tips for me, let me know to really kind of just spread the word, man, and spread the word. And hey, if you're subscribing, you know what I like about Substack? If you're subscribing and you get an email, you get the story emailed to you, you have that email. It's your email. You bought it. You can forward it to your friends. I mean, forward it. If you like a story, forward it to your parents. It's a good way to spread the word. And it's basically a trial for them, right? They get to read that. If you forward the email, there's no paywall on it. Like you have the full email, right? Hey man, it's yours. Forward it to your relatives, your aunts, your uncles, everyone that loves Auburn. When you see a story that you like, if I've written one you liked, yeah, man, that's a good way. It's a good way to spread the word. It's kind of like a trial for them. They can click a button in there and subscribe. So anyway, let's call it. I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to do another one of these tomorrow. We're going to try to do one every weekday. For now, appreciate you guys.